Professor, I want to start off by asking what are the risks of this law where military personnel can now take civil service roles, and what has led to these protests?
Well, the main question is whether this is a creating militarization of civilian institution because if you remember Indonesian history back in 1998 with Suharto as the dictator for Indonesia, and then later in 2004 we basically try to we get rid of the military from the civilian area through the regulation number 34 year 2004 about the military. And there, basically, the military is not allowed to be in civilian bureaucracy. And then, of course, now the government said that look, times changes. We have to move on with what's going on now. So we need to input a lot of military officers in the bureaucracy. And of course, many people said, "Hey, are we going back to the Suharto's era where Suharto just will just appoint like many generals or colonels or whatever to civilian bureaucracy. So the governor will be again from the military, and that's what really scared people off.
So, what has led to him deciding to repeal this law that has stood on the book for 20 years? What is he trying to solve by repealing this law?
Actually, this has been it has been in draft and supposed to be considered by the parliament for like I don't know like 5 to 10 years because it has been for so long. And in fact, Sat Prabowo basically just told just tell the parliament to look just pass the law. We need this law. And one of the main reasons is because they just so many unemployed military officers within the military. I cannot remember the numbers on top of my head, but if I'm not mistaken, there were currently around 1,500 colonels and one-star generals, and only less than 300 of them have position. The rest are basically, I mean, come to the office and then pass the clock within their thumbs and elbows. So that's actually some sort of what you call it, kind of like a band aid solution for the government to solve this too many military officers.
In this case, then, what is a potential solution where the military needs jobs, but there is a lack of a clear role defined for them?
I can understand like what's the military or the government thinking because yes, there are just so many military officers without functional job at this point. Like I said, they come in and then they have nothing to do and go home. But the solution is actually reforming the military, getting rid of those excess officers. And that actually will hurt the government more in the short run because what happened is you have a bunch of very angry officers, of course, who are out of job. But in the long run, this is actually a far more sustainable approach that actually will kind of, I mean, we will help we'll help stabilize the politics. But of course, the biggest problem now is the government just passed the law secretly in and very quickly. So there's just so many question marks being asked. There's so many questions being asked by students, and I don't disagree with them. So I think this is just a kind of well-intentioned policy that they don't really consider the long run